Hey guys, this is aijalonwallace Wallace. I'm here with one of my students from Nomad Recruiters Academy, Ashlyn. I have her on the call today because she's been really successful within her first 30 days of joining the program. And I would love for you guys to hear her story. I'm going to ask her a few questions and we're going to go from there. So, Ashley, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm great. I feel good today. It feels great in St. Louis. And I'm feel good.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Happy holidays to you. It's July 4th today. Uh,
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So I guess I want to start off with how did you come across me, and what made you decide to choose my program over other programs out there?
Okay, okay. Anyway, sorry about that.
No problem.
So I started a resume writing program back in 2018, and it was pretty lucrative. You know, I just started off with friends and family, and I just wanted to start to scale my business. So I started to look up resume writing videos and everything. Didn't really find much as the years went on, and I really just wanted to build my business. So I started coming across when I put resume writing videos, and I just came across a lot of recruitment videos, and I'm just like, recruitment, because with resume writing, it's like as soon as I found recruitment, it's like I worked my whole life for this. Like the resumes, I would help my candidates prepare for interviews because the resume gets you in the door, and so I would help them prepare for interviews and stuff like that. And when I came across, resume writing videos, I came across a lot of recruitment videos, and I'm just like, well, maybe if I go into recruitment and see what recruiters look for, that will really help my resume writing business. But when I got into the recruitment videos, I couldn't stop. I just absolutely loved everything about recruitment. I'm like, I do that. Like I optimize keywords and resumes. Like I look for stuff like this. So I'm just like, I literally been working my whole life for this pretty much. So I came across your video. It was like how to start a staffing agency for 20K. It was going crazy. And I'm just like, I have to, for you 20K monthly and make 20K monthly. So I'm just like, let me get in. Let me see what this is about. And I binge watch your videos ever since, even the videos out of the country and everything. I was watching everything. And then I started to look at other people's videos, and they just weren't as interesting as yours. You gave a lot of freebies, and I feel like if you want people to pay for something of value, you have to give them something of value, show them that, this is the way to go. So I started implementing some of the freebies that you were given, and that's something big for me when I want to invest in something. If you give me something that's free and it works, then I'm going to want to invest in something. I want more. So that's just how I got into your program. All the other videos and training sessions that I've seen, they just weren't as interesting as yours. And, I just loved everything.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we have, we got the YouTube channel. We got a lot of videos on recruitment content on that. We got the free ebook and we got the free training as well, to try to help people out at the end of the day. So your story is really powerful because you're a single mom, and I guess I'm just a lot of single mothers or people in your situation, probably wouldn't take the risk of just going out there to invest in a program and start this course. I mean, what made you take that risk in yourself as well? Because a lot of people are afraid sometimes to take action. And you seem to just took action after you went through the content, you purchased the program. What was the power behind that or the why behind that?
Yeah, so I'm one thing about me, I'll bet on myself every time. So I'll bet on myself every time. I'm not scared to take a loss. It just bosses take losses all the time. So I'm not scared to invest in myself. I'm not scared to put money in myself and put my money out there and let it work for me. So, a lot of people are scared. And, before this recruitment, I have a salon that's been open for about almost 2 years now. But I've been in business, the beauty industry, for about 5 years now. And my resume writing business was something on the side that I was doing, and then this recruitment. So it was just like my whole life, I just always been an entrepreneur. I love the freedom that comes with it. I love the unlimited income. And most people don't think like that. They want the security. They want the stableness that comes with a job. They want that, especially with COVID. COVID scared a lot of people, and they didn't take the hidden message from COVID, because COVID really showed you that this is more time than anything to get into, entrepreneurship, because so many people were let go. That if that didn't show you that nothing is, guaranteed, then I don't know what will. I mean, of course, entrepreneurship is the guarantee. You could put your money out there and, not get anything in return, but that's just what comes with it. You just have to be willing to roll with the punches and keep going.
So you have a very impressive story in the program out of a lot of our Nomad students. Within your first 30 days, you bring on one client, and then the following week you bring on two more, and then you bring on one just the week after that for a startup company, because your niche is in the cannabis space, and what made you choose that niche, as well. And I want to talk to you about it a little bit more, because we talked about that niche a little bit, and I gave you a few ideas. But
so the cannabis industry, I'm a very strong believer of the transformative plan. I've been a cannabis user since I was about 16. I'm 25 now, so it's been a very long time. And I'm just the type of person, I don't like to do what everybody else is doing. I mean, not to knock anyone, but a lot of people, they go into healthcare, which I eventually want to branch off in and everything. But the cannabis industry is such an exciting and fast growing industry. The thing about the cannabis industry, it's an industry that is very new. It's not cut from a certain cloth like the other industries. Like somebody's already done something like this before. A lot of jobs in the cannabis industry are new. Thousands of jobs are being created with the rising legalization across the country. So I'm seeing, it's new for me, but it's new for the cannabis industry too. But the cannabis industry also has a lot of ancillary positions to sustain the industry. So they use back-end developers, they use accounts payable specialists and things like that. So I place people like that in leading cannabis companies. And so the cannabis industry, it needs educated employees to sustain the industry. And I know in the next 2 to 5 years, the industry is going to go crazy. So I'm right there. Like I have to be the person, like, I've been doing this. I'm trying to be ahead. I know in the next 2 to 5 years, I'll be one of the lead recruitment agencies in the industry. Like I know it because I'm already been fire. I've been talking to people. Everything.
No, you're right about that. And I remember when we first talked about that niche, I was, going back to what you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of people that specialize in the healthcare. Everyone specializes in nursing. And it's just like, it's a million recruiters in that space. It's not to say that you can't be successful, but it's thousands of other niches out here at the end of the day to help you grow and help you succeed. Now, you purchased Nomad Recruiters Academy. What are your thoughts as soon as you get inside the course? As soon as you purchase the program, you get inside. What's going on through your head? Because I get a lot of students that gets the, oh shit, all of this content, but
it was a lot. It was a lot of content. Like I love the mindset thing, because the mindset, what you have to understand, your mindset is literally, before you have $1 million, you think about $1 million. So mindset is everything when it comes to generating multi-millions. Before you have $1 million physically in your possession, you create $1 million in your head. So that mindset, put me in the right space. It was the first thing. How you have everything lined up, it's just, everything is excellent. You give so many details, you give so much information. And I know you say you have students who haven't really, made progress, and it's like, everybody's different, but it's literally no reason not to succeed with the program. I don't know. I'm a type of person who I don't really make excuses. If I'm paying the money for this, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to
Yeah.
do this. I do professional development every day. When we get off this call, my 4 hours
Yeah.
of unfocused work starts. So
Yeah, well, I always tell people, if you watch a lot of my YouTube videos, I always tell people I can't teach hunger at the end of the day.
yeah.
And I think a lot of people assume when they buy my program that
Mhm.
their first week they're gonna make 30 grand. And it's like, no, I
Yeah.
teach you how to fish. I give you all the tools to be successful in the program,
Yeah.
but you have to take action,
Mhm.
and you have to make it happen for yourself at the end of the day. So I think a lot of people assume that they think this is like a drop shipping program, or this is like an
Oh,
Amazon store or a Shopify
mhm.
store. And it's like, no, this is recruitment.
Yeah.
What you put in is what you get out at the end of the day. So you're
Mhm.
going through the content, and I guess, what would you say are some of the benefits of the program for you?
Mhm.
Um, and I guess you looked at a lot of programs, but now that you're
Yeah.
in a program, what do you think makes our program stands out more for students that are looking to join potentially?
All the well, I not okay. So I know the program isn't free. Like I
Yeah.
mentioned the freebies, but in the course, you provide
Mhm.
all the documents. You provide all the documents. You
Yeah.
provide the terms and the contracts. You provide scripts. You provide all of those things that a lot of people don't, and then it's very personable. So it doesn't sound like a robot. It sounds like a human being.
Straight to the
A lot of
point.
people, yeah, I get business emails, and I'm just thinking to myself like, oh, this doesn't sound personable. I try to make
Yeah.
myself as personable as possible. I like to call people. I don't really like to call people, but
Mm.
most people in those high positions of HR directors and stuff, they're
Yeah.
older and they want to call. I
Yeah.
get information all the time. Like,
Yeah.
people really don't call anymore. So, I appreciate you calling. Here's my email. You
Hmm.
can send some resumes over. So in the program, you just give us a lot of information, a
Hmm.
lot of information. You're way
Wow.
underpriced, very underpriced. I really expected to pay way more. So you're gonna have to up those prices because it's
I want to
actually,
grow.
I think, yeah, I didn't, I was
Well,
shocked.
my competitors are paying. I think my competitors are charging $5,000, $10,000.
Yeah,
Some 20 grand as well. I saw one.
yeah,
Yeah, one lady. But I
yeah.
think, but ultimately it also makes it a no-brainer as well for some people because, we
Mhm,
have a lot of testimonies, we have a lot of reviews, but
mhm.
also when some people get into recruitment, they spend $10,000 on a program and they don't have enough capital to get up and started. And a lot of people don't think about that before they
Yeah.
purchase a very expensive program. I
Mhm.
guess so walk us through the process. I mean, you don't have to go into details, but
Yeah.
your first week you brought on this client, and
Mhm.
could you just walk us through, I guess, some of the roles you brought on, what were the
Yeah.
salaries, and
Yeah.
yeah, what was the motivation behind you doing that in 30 days?
Yeah, so I have a son. My baby is 8 months. You're 8 months, and
Yeah,
I absolutely love my
yeah,
baby.
yeah,
I love being a stay-at-home mom, and recruitment allows me to be a stay-at-home
yeah.
mom, even though sometimes he's in the back,
Oh,
screaming.
he's always on a coaching
He's
call.
always every time we're on the calls. I apologize. Y'all be
He's
like,
a part
okay,
of he's
you're
a part
okay.
of the family. He's a part of the
A part of
family.
it. He's a part of it. I'm on there. I try to be on there every Thursday.
Yeah,
But what I did, I made a hit list. I made a hit list of all the companies I
yeah.
wanted to work with. And in the cannabis industry, I wrote down
Mhm.
the people I wanted to talk to, the
Yeah,
numbers and everything like that, because you give us the information on how to find those numbers and stuff in the
yeah.
course. And I just started calling. I just started calling people and I started emailing people. My
Hmm.
goal is to, send out at least 50 emails a day, make at least 30 calls.
Hmm.
I'm increasing those numbers and everything like
And
that. But
did you use the Excel calendar to give you a
yes,
layout?
mhm,
You have
yep,
the structure we got in the course. You have the
yep,
so,
yep.
but
So,
so you bring on this client.
yep.
Because I don't want you to give away. I know you can give away. I don't want you to give away all the secrets in this coaching, in this interview. But you bring on your first client, and how
Mhm.
much is the deal? What is the role for? What type of position is it? How much is the deal? I guess.
Yeah, so I brought on 3 vacancies: a research and development chemist, a production chemist, and a regional sales representative.
Hmm.
Um, the highest salary is 85,000,
Hmm.
but they have wiggle room. So
Hmm.
I basically had to, as a recruitment consultant person, you know, you have to let your client know, you know, if these people have, if you're looking for the people with these skills, you have to do your research, you know, you have to see what your competitors are paying. You teach that in the course, you know, you teach us, you know, basically like you can't think for us, you have to think for yourself. And that's it comes natural to me, like, let me see how much other people are paying to see if they're willing to increase their budget and stuff like that. So I did it just on and off. I started myself off at 15%. So 15% of 85 is about 13,000, which is still great. Most people don't even make that in 3 months. So
exactly. So this is the first client you bring on.
Yes.
And then recently you brought on another client at 20%. Now I want to talk to you. Now I want to talk about the benefits of the coaching calls and how it's been helping you with your clients. So one of the first clients you brought on, we had a scenario situation, and this is the benefits of the coaching call and also the program, because it goes through a lot of scenarios that cannot be taught. It's not taught on YouTube. It's not taught in a lot of programs. There are a lot of scenarios that you go through. So one of your scenarios that I was a little confused, I was a little upset with, but you were talking to a candidate that had no experience, but the client was considering this candidate because they had the degree. But the candidate was very, very, what's the word I'm trying to use? Entitled. He was very entitled. And the candidate was, you asked, I believe you were the client was looking to pay the candidate $70,000. And while you were taking this candidate through an interview process, I know you had just signed up with the program, so you were still going through the course. But one of the things you didn't do was, do you remember what it was with the candidate?
Not properly qualifying and asking those deep questions. Like you teach us to be very nosy, and I have to like get into that. I don't like people in my business, but I have to remember that when people get to asking me too many questions, I start lying, because now you're asking too many questions. But like you say, we're not in the business of being liked. We're in the business of making money. And I need to know, I should have just properly qualified her more, asking those questions like, are you married? Is your husband willing to relocate for, this amount of money? I should have just asked all those questions.
So there are a lot of thin lines around it. It's a way you go about it, because as recruiters, we're not supposed to ask those questions. But if a candidate gives us that information, that's a different story. So it's just a casual conversation. Like, so you're ready to move with, by yourself, or are you relocating, with family or with friends? And they're going to give that information away. Most times candidates give that information away. The problem with the job that you were working on is that your candidate went through an interview process, and you didn't tell me to I think the second or third week of our coaching call that the candidate had 3 kids and a husband. And the husband was, I believe, the breadwinner of the family, and they were living in New York, and the job was in a different state. So I was just like, well, Ashley, the coaching call, I was like, well, you wasted a lot of time, because this person is probably not going to relocate for they're most likely using you for practice. A lot of candidates sometimes take advantage of recruiters, and they have interviews just for practice, because no one's going to leave, the Big Apple for $70,000 if their partner doesn't have a job secured as well. So it was already just a huge waste of time. But if you didn't have the coaching behind it to assist you, you probably would have wasted even more time. And more money, because you're spending money at the end of the day every time you work with these candidates and clients as well. So I guess the coaching has always, it's kind of like, it helps you think about a lot of things that you're not able to think about when you do hop on these calls on, because I usually try to break everything down. Now, you had a client meeting recently this week with a new client, and what advice did I give you upon you going to that meeting on our coaching call?
To bring resume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always bring resumes with you when you sit down with a client. And the goddamn next day after a coaching call, what did you send me over from the client?
They wanted to bring me on as their external recruiter. Yeah.
You got term signed with a client at 20%. And what is the roles are paying? What are the average salaries for those positions?
So I had 3 vacancies, 160,000 yearly,
Yeah.
and one position, a position vacancy for 200,000 a year at 20% per placement.
So you're looking at potentially 40K. You got over almost 160,000 in your pipeline, but I mean
Yeah,
these are 40-day, 40K, 30K deals that you're bringing on.
yeah,
And like I said, the thing about it, I wanted to bring you on board because, you're already, I know you're about to make your first deal, but I think
yeah,
a lot of people, when they watch a lot of these testimonial videos, they identify success with,
yeah,
oh, you're not successful unless you made a placement. And
yeah,
and I was looking at Ashley, and I was like, well, Ashley came on within 30 days.
yeah,
She was having client meetings. She was talking to 50 candidates, a day a week. She was setting up interviews.
mhm,
These are wins, and this is why I
yeah,
have the mindset content of programming your mindset, because you have to, as a recruiter, when you're working for yourself, you have to motivate yourself and understand what a win is. And a win is if you got interviews, if you're talking to candidates, you're talking to clients, you're bringing on deals, you are already winning. Just because somebody sees $20,000 or $100,000 on a thumbnail, it doesn't, really listen to the details of what success is. And
mhm,
right now, you're one of my top students because of the actions you're taking.
yeah,
You're already ahead of so many people, and you're already, now you just got that one last step of just closing that deal. But I already know you're going to close
yeah,
your first deal within the next 30 days. I'm pretty positive. So
yeah,
actually, I guess a lot of parents that are looking to join the program, there's always, I got my job, I got kids, but
yeah,
you seem to be doing it by yourself as a single mom.
yeah.
What would you say to the parents out there who just feel like they may have some doubt, you know?
Yeah, so I think I can't really speak for the job part because I can't tell, people at the end of the day you have to pay your bills. And with recruitment, you need a cushion because you don't know when you'll make your first placement, but a job
Yeah.
really hinders you, I feel like, but you teach a lot of ways to work a 9 to 5 and still build your recruitment business. I think
Yeah.
it just at the end of the day, it just takes that hunger. You have to have that in you. Nobody, like you say, no one can teach you that. I have my son, I have an 8-month son, and my partner lives in a completely different state.
Yeah.
So it's literally just me every day with my son, or he goes with his family and everything, but majority he's
So
with his mom.
you're waking up before your son wakes up, and you're staying up
Yeah.
late at
I
night.
wake up,
You're
I set my schedule. I naturally get up at 6:30. That just kind of gets me, it builds my momentum for the rest of the day. And I start taking calls at 9 o'clock. So I start making calls at 9 o'clock to about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It just kind of depends. I'm in candidate interviews all day. I'm interviewing candidates, building my pool, talking to clients, and a lot of
yeah,
times they reject you. They like, hey, we
yeah,
already have internal recruitment. We already have,
happens.
we don't have the budget for that. And well, if anything changes, we'll keep you in
Hmm.
mind. That's a win to me because in the future, if they
Right.
start hiring for a role that it's hard to
Yeah.
find people or they're not finding the people,
You're
that
planting a
means more
seed.
than likely they'll look at me like, oh, hey, well, she
Yeah.
messaged us about 3 or 4 months ago. Let's give her a try. Let's give this recruitment agency a
Hmm.
try.
Yeah.
So that's a win to me because it's all about
Yeah.
longevity. They might
And
not want you that week or the next week
mhm.
or the next week. They might want you a year later, but at least
Right.
they have your information if they
Right.
need you.
You're playing seeds at the end of the day. And I guess what would be your thoughts about the private Facebook group, the private Facebook community group, a part of Nomad Recruiters Academy? What are your thoughts on it? Has it benefited you in a lot of ways as well?
Yeah, so the Facebook group is very resourceful. I wasn't like when I first started, I was so into the program that I wasn't even paying attention to the group, the
Yeah.
Facebook group, but I have made it my business to be on there for at least 10-20 minutes. Just look and see what everybody else is
Hmm.
saying. Because a lot of the questions that I have, other recruiters have,
Yeah.
and even though they're in another
Yeah.
field, like you said, it's very universal. No matter what field you
Hmm.
go into, no matter what niche you go into,
Yeah.
we're all doing the same thing. We're
Yeah.
pitching
They're
to
saying, yeah.
clients, we're calling candidates, we're looking at vacancies and seeing who's hiring. All of it's about the same. So a lot of questions that are in the Facebook group, I made it my business at least 10 minutes a day. Just look to see what other people are talking about, interact with other people. So
Has any other students in the program inspired you, or any
yeah.
students you could think of, or you want to talk about
I can
that?
name a few. So Brittany, of course, I was gonna say my
Brittany,
girl Brittany.
Brittany's on
She's
YouTube. Yeah.
She is amazing. She's very inspiring. I absolutely love her. Michael Thompson, I think he's
Michael,
great
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah, Michael's really good.
right.
And he's very active too.
Oh, yeah.
Antoine reached out to me about some cannabis
That's why.
growth that he wanted me to help him fill and everything. So I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah,
So people are at least helping you to potentially help
yeah.
make money in the group. This is not something I guarantee, but
Yeah.
it just, I'm just showing people that the community is out there. So Gabriel is one of our top students as well.
Oh yeah, Gabriel is
Yeah,
yeah.
him and Yana just partnered because Yana lives in the Czech Republic. So Yana and Gabe are working on US jobs now, but Yana was getting paid in crowns and now she has an opportunity to start getting paid in dollars. So imagine her getting paid in dollars in Eastern Europe. She's gonna be rich in a minute because she closed 5 deals I think within the last 60 days. And she was just in the Dominican Republic, but like you said, Brittany as well has just, Brittany just done, I think Brittany's between the 60 and 90K within her first 90 days already.
Yeah.
And Brittany was at Facebook and LinkedIn. So it's just good that other students are inspiring each other, but we're also helping each other at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I love it when we all post our website, we post our social media banners. We're like, hey, give us feedback. Let's help each other grow. Ultimately at the end of the day. So look, I think this interview has been great, but I guess any last words for people out there who are just hesitant on potentially joining Nomad Recruiters Academy, but also just starting their business at the end of the day. They don't even have to join the program, but just getting started as well also would be some good advice.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but
Uh,
it was a white male.
oh,
And
Daniel.
I think it was Daniel. And he said something that stuck with me forever. It was like recruitment is one of those things that when everything else dies down, it keeps going because people always need jobs. People always need jobs. What is something with COVID? What is something that a lot of people lost? They lost their jobs. And even on LinkedIn now, I see a lot of laid off posts and things like that. A lot of people were laid off. People need that recruitment. People need.
Yeah, they need jobs. No, I know, I understand. Let me try to pause. All right. Actually, I had to step out real quick. She came back. Her son's back home. Hey, man. But yeah. So
To continue what I was saying, recruitment is one of those things that when everything else dies down, it keeps going because people will forever need jobs. And agencies are one of the fastest ways to find jobs these days. So I absolutely, love recruitment. And for anybody that is hesitant, just really understand that nothing in life is guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. He's not advertising for you to make millions of dollars. He's advertising freedom.
I teach freedom. I teach freedom. I don't teach no Lambos, no Bugattis,
no Lambos. If you're in any business to
sell
just make money, you're not going to really last long because any business at its core has to be about adding value. One of the best philosophies that I go by is the quickest way to build wealth is to go into a hungry market and start solving problems. That's what you have to do. You come into this business and solve problems, add value to people's life. You're help people find what possibly they can climb up to the corporate ladder or they can retire from. If you do that, the money will come. Don't come into the program thinking, oh, he's making 26,000 this month. He's doing this. Oh, she's making millions of dollars off this. You don't know what they did to get there. You don't know how long it took. And on top of that, your biggest focus should be freedom. I have that freedom. I set my own schedule. If I Monday through Friday, I'm up at 6:30. I start taking calls 9 o'clock. I'm usually done around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then I have the rest of my day to myself. I don't answer to anybody. it's all me. So I get to have the rest of the day to my son. I get to be there for my son. And I'm not at a job that I hate. I absolutely love this work. And I say that every day. I wake up and I'm just grateful for this work because, you know, even if you know, I haven't made my first placement yet, everything that I'm doing is wins. Everything, bringing on clients because they're giving me the opportunity to recruit for them. They're like, okay, we trust you with our employees. You know, so I just brought that client on about a couple days ago, and I'm already on it. I have interviews all this week.
I already know it's about to come for you. And I'm gonna give you some more coaching around that to try to help you get paid faster. Did you have 15-day payout or 30-day payout with this client?
I have so the medical, in my contract it was 30, but we kind of negotiated. They wanted to do 60. They usually do 90 days, and usually for positions with higher salaries like that, they do want 90 days, but I was able to talk them into 60 days.
Okay, that's good. And the other one is 30 days. The
other one, the first few, so the second client that I brought on, they didn't have any vacancies available, but they were like, once we do start hiring again, we want you to recruit for us. So that was a win, you know?
So I'm gonna give you some strategies for the 30-day ones to help you get paid out faster. I'll give you a couple strategies as well once you get to that final interview stage. But look, I appreciate you. I'm gonna let your son, handsome guy right here with that beautiful hair. Y'all have a good day. I appreciate you, Ashley. Like I think your story is gonna inspire a lot of people. People may want to reach out to you for advice. Of course, we always have referral fees as well, but I just love doing
on that. When you told me about that, because I'm on that because I literally I need that. So I need to get people in the program.
I always tell people as well, you know, it's just good to have these sincere videos, these casual conversations, because it helps people sometimes put them in your shoes or just see it from a different point of view as well. So, you know, I appreciate you again, and we're gonna finish up this pod. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thanks, AJ. Bye.
Bye.